There, and as Francis said, perhaps next week we'll pick it up again with the professor. So many questions still abound around that. But moving along, the KwaZulu-Natal Philharmonic Orchestra has paid tribute to former principal double bass player Simon Milliken. Now, Milliken was stabbed and killed by robbers in Durban's Burman Bush Nature Reserve last week.
The 60-year-old British-born classical musician was a member of the orchestra for 30 years. He was also an avid nature lover. Milliken was attacked and robbed while on a bird hike in the nature reserve last Friday afternoon. His body was found the next morning. The orchestra's second spring season concert started with a tribute message, followed by a moving performance of one of Milliken's favourite compositions, Edward Elgar's Nimrod from the Enigma Variations. Milliken's double bass, decorated with flowers, a sad reminder of the tragedy. Family and friends were overcome with grief. Milliken was also passionate about developing young musicians. In this TV program 15 years ago, he talks about the orchestra's community outreach initiative.
The first purpose of it would be to introduce people to the symphony orchestra who haven't heard one before, and to start instilling an interest and a love in some of the people. Of course, it won't lead on to that with all of them, but into the ones who are going to be receptive to make the first step down that path.
A man of many talents.
He was an incredibly kind-hearted person, very passionate, especially about music and definitely about everyone around him. For me, my lessons were never just double bass. He would always find a space in between the lessons to either tell me about a trip he just came from, whether it was hiking or him bell ringing at the church, or giving me books and CDs to listen to in between, so he always did a bit extra.
Simon was such a fun person with a very wry sense of humour, very kind, very concerned about people. Had an amazing love of nature, was very knowledgeable about flora and fauna, especially about indigenous plants in the area, and also had an incredible knowledge about classical music and opera in particular.
His absolute love and passion for music, and even when he retired, I think he still gave everything, and as much as possible. I'm proud, and I'm very proud, and I think Simon is very brave.
Messages of support continue to pour in from around the world.
He was not materialistic at all. He really did those things that mattered to him and to others. He loved nature, and he always fought for the underdog. And so he was that kind of a person. Also, he had a sense of humor as well.
The city has been under pressure to improve security at the reserve since the murder. New measures were announced on Thursday. Renee Heiner, SABC News, Durban.